चैव पुराणी भारते तथा अद्यौचन्ति च मध्ये च हरि सर्वत्र गीयते मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदिनतारिणी परमानन्दमाधवं परमानंद ही माधव पदुंगलुचि मकरंद से मकरंद पान करी आनंदे बोलो हरि हरि हरिंक नामे बांध बेला पारी करिवे चकाडोला से चकाडोलांक पयरी मनम रहु निरंतरे मनम निरंतरे रहु हा कृष्ण बोली जीव जाओ कृष्ण बोली जाऊ जीव मते उद्धर राधा दव धर्म प्रज्जीत कैतपत्र परम निर्मसरं स्वतां वेद्यं वास्तवमत्र वस्तु शिवदं तापत्रयन्मूलनं श्रीमद्भागवते महानिकृति किंवा प्रेरीश्वर सद्य हृदय वरुध्य तेयत्र कृतिभिः शुश्रूषुभिः तत्क्षणात् निगमकल्पतरुगलितं फलं शुकमुखादमृतद्रवसंयुतं पीबतो भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुरहो रसिकाः भुवि अनर्थोपशमं साक्षात् भक्तियोगं अधक्ष्यते लोकस्य दानतो विद्वंसक्री सत्तत संगीतान् जस्यां वैश्रूयमाणायां कृष्णे परमपुरुषे भक्तिरुत्पद्यते पुंस शोकमोहो भयापहा श्रीमद्भागवतं पुराणममलं यद्वैष्णवानां प्रियं यस्मिन् पारमहंसमेकममलं ज्ञानं परं गीयते तत्र ज्ञानो विराग भक्ति सहितं नैष्कर्म्यम् आविष्कृतं तत्शृणन् सुपठन् विचारण परो भक्त्या विमुच्ये नर अर्थोऽयं ब्रह्मसूत्राणां भारतार्थो विनिर्णय गायत्री भाष्य रूपसु वेदार्थ परिबृहित सर्ववेदेतिहासानं सारं सारं समुद्धृतं सर्ववेदान्त सारं हि श्रीमद्भागवतं इष्यते तद्रसामृततृप्तस्य नान्यत्र सदृति उचित कृष्ण भक्ति रस स्वरूप श्री भागवत ताते वेदशास्त्र होते परम महत्व श्रीमद्भागवतम is the mellow of Krishna Bhakti rasa. Tate Veda Shastra hoite parama mahatva. It's the essence of all Vedic literature. Sarva Vedanta sarang hi Srimad Bhagavatam ishyati. Tadrasamrita truptasya nanyatra sidrati kuchit. Essence of all Vedic literature. Chari Veda Upanishade joto kichu hoy. Tar ortho loya vyas korilo sanchaya. This is the last contribution of Srila Vyasadeva after compiling for Vedas, Upanishads, Puranas, Itihasas, everything. At last he compiled Srimad Bhagavatam by the instruction of his Guru Narada Muni. So he took the essence of all the Vedas, Upanishads, Puranas and put it here in this Srimad Bhagavatam is known as Bhagavata Mahapurana, Paramahansa Sangita. Jasyang Vaishriyamanayan Krishni Paramapurushe Bhakti Rutpadete Punsa Sokamoho Bhayapaha. Only by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam from the right source, one can very easily develop Krishna Bhakti. Krishna Paramapurushe Bhakti Rutpadete. By the development of pure Krishna Bhakti, one can be able to destroy all his material fears, lamentations, and delusions forever. Jasyang Vaishriyamanayan Krishni Paramapurushe Bhakti Rutpaditi Sokamoho Yapaha. Only by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. You may not do any other sadhana. Only daily, if you hear Srimad Bhagavatam from the right source. Thane stita srutigatang tanubang manovir ja prayaso ajito jito apyasi staistri lokyam. 10th canto Bhagavatam says, statement given by Lord Brahma. Thane stita srutigatang tanubang manovir ja prayaso ajito jito apyasi staistri lokyam. Whatever position one is, let him be there in that position. There's no need of changing position. Only one thing is required, that daily, Nitya Bhagavata Sevaya, daily he should come the approach Bhakta Bhagavata, Vaishnava, who is an embodiment of Bhagavata, and here Srimad Bhagavatam from him. Only this thing required. Thereby, he will develop such pure Krishna Bhakti, he will be able to conquer the unconquerable, who is unconquerable in three worlds. One of the names of Krishna is Ajita. Ajita means unconquerable. Nobody can conquer him. But that devotee, by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam from the right source, will develop such Krishna Bhakti, Prem Bhakti, that will be able to conquer the unconquerable. Ajita Jita. Bhaktir Jitatam, Bhaktir Baddhatam. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of God, is only conquered by bhakti, pure bhakti, prem bhakti. Bhaktir Baddhatam. One can be able to bind him only by bhakti. That is pure bhakti, Sudha bhakti. No other means is there. And that pure bhakti, prem bhakti, one can develop only by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam from the right source. জীবের নিস্তার লাগি সূত্র কইল ব্যাস, মায়াবাদী ভাষ্য শুনিলে হয় সর্বনাশ. Mahaprabhu, Sriman Mahaprabhu has given us caution. Srila Vyasdev is the compiler of Vedanta Sutra, and he has given the commentary. And natural commentary of Vedanta Sutra is Srimad Bhagavatam. It is natural commentary. What is the compiler of Vedanta Sutra? He has given the commentary. But Mayavadis, they don't accept this commentary of natural commentary of Vedanta Sutra, the Srimad Bhagavatam. The propounder of Mayavad philosophy, Shankaracharya, he has compiled a commentary, which is imaginative commentary known as Saririka Bhashya. The Mayavadis speak from Saririka Bhashya, compiled by Shankaracharya. That is imaginative. That's not natural commentary on Srimad Vedanta Sutra. And Srimad Bhagavatam is the natural commentary on Vedanta Sutra. Therefore, Mahaprabhu gave discussion. Don't go to Mayavadis and don't hear their commentaries. Mayavadi Bhashya Sunile Hoy Sarvanas. If you go to Mayavadis and hear their commentaries, your bhakti prati will be completely doomed. Therefore, Jao Bhagavata Pado Vaishnavira Sthane Ekanta Asra Guru Chaitanya Charane. Therefore, go and approach a Vaishnava, a Bhakta Bhagavata, who is an embodiment of Bhagavata, and read and study Bhagavata or hear Bhagavata from him and completely take shelter at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What is the need of taking shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Yes, tell me. Yes. What is the need? Bolo. Need of taking shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yes, that's all right. But যাও ভাগবত পড়ো বৈষ্ণবের স্থানে একান্ত আশ্রয় করো চৈতন্য চরণে. Go and approach a Bhakta Bhagavata Vaishnava and hear Bhagavata and study Bhagavata under his guidance. And completely take shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What is the need? And how will it help to understand Bhagavata or approach Bhagavata? That is question. Yes. What he gives? What does Mahaprabhu give? He gives Bhagavata. He is the ideal preacher of Bhagavata. But what he gives? Srila Rupa Goswami has offered, given us a pranam mantra to Bhagavatam, and I will say Mahaprabhu. Namo Mahabodhanyaya. Krishna prema pradayate. Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya namne Gauratvisena. Isn't it? Mahabodanyaya, most munificent incarnation is Gauranga, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Avatar. What is Krishna Prema Pradayate? He gives Krishna Prema. You understand? He gives Krishna Prema freely, indiscriminately. पतितो पामरो नहीं बात से ब्रह्मार दुर्लभ प्रेम स्वभाकारे जाते. He never discriminates whether one is qualified or not qualified, is worthy or not worthy. You understand? Even patitas, pamaras, most degraded fallen souls, they get his mercy and get Krishna prema. আনেরও কি কথা জগাই মাধাই পর্যন্ত, হ্যাঁ? But to speak of others, even জগাই মাধাই, most degraded, most sinful person, they get. Huh? He gives freely, indiscriminately Krishna prema. No avatar gives, even Krishna doesn't give. Huh? But Mahaprabhu gives. Krishna comes as Mahaprabhu. He gives freely. That he gives. Do you understand? That means if we completely take shelter of Sriman Mahaprabhu, then we'll get by his mercy Krishna prema. Isn't it? The how and why the prema bhakti is required to understand Srimad Bhagavatam or approach Srimad Bhagavatam. That is question. Yes? Tell me. Bolo? Huh? How can one understand Krishna or approach Krishna? Yes? He can see Krishna. That's all right. Yes? That's all right. But what Krishna said, how can one understand him, approach him? Bhaktyam ekoyagrajya. Isn't it? Bhaktyam ekoyagrajya. Bhaktyam to ananayalabhya. Bhaktyam abhijanat. Repeatedly he has said. In Bhagavad Gita, in Krishna. In Bhagavatam also. Do you understand? Only by bhakti, pure bhakti, one can understand me, approach me. Bhaktyam ekoyagrajya. No buddha. Do you understand? No man sadheti yogam, no sankhya, no dharma uddhava, no swadhyaya, tapos tyaga, jatha bhaktirva murjita. 11th canto, Bhagavatam, he says to Uddhava. Huh? Do you understand? He says to Uddhava. No man sadheti yogam, no sankhya, no dharma uddhava, no swadhyaya, tapos tyaga, jatha bhaktirva murjita. Nobody can understand me or approach me through yoga sadhana. Do you understand? Mystic yoga sadhana. Sadhana yoga, no sankhya. Nobody can approach me or understand me through sankhya, analytical study, sankhya alocana. Nama sadhana yoga, no sankhya, no dharma. By following the principles of dharma very strictly, one cannot also understand me or approach me. Swadhyaya tapo tyaga. By Vedic study, acquiring Vedic knowledge, also one cannot understand me and approach. Tapa, undergoing severe austerity, penance, also one cannot understand me and approach me. Tyaga, become a complete detached. Vairagya, do you understand? One cannot also understand and approach. Jatha bhakti mamurjita, as one understands me through bhakti, only by bhakti. Similarly, this bhakti is required to understand Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhaktya Bhagavatam grajyam, na buddhya na satikaya. Do you understand? Bhaktya Bhagavatam grajyam, na buddhya na satikaya. Only by bhakti, this is statement given by Shivaji, Lord Shiva, one of the Mahadanas, who knows Bhagavatam. He says, Bhaktya Bhagavatam grajyam, no buddhya na satikaya. Only by bhakti pure bhakti, you can understand Bhagavad. You cannot understand Bhagavad by dint of your own material scholarship, learning, merit, intelligence. You understand? And someone may think so or say so. There are many great commentators, famous commentators on Srimad Bhagavatam. They have given commentaries, isn't it? Of them, Sridhar Swami is the best commentator. Mahaprabhu has accepted it. Sridhar Swami Guru Karimani, Sridhar Anugatta Karo Bhagavata Vakhyano, Mahaprabhu has said. If you want to explain Bhagavatam, follow Sridhar Swami. Accept Sridhar Swami as Guru. You understand? He says this thing to Ballabhata, Balvacharya. You understand? And Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti is also one of the best commentators. Madhacharya has commentary. He is also commentator. Jiva Goswami has given commentary. Many commentators are there. So given commentaries on Srimad Bhagavatam. And these are all written in Sanskrit. One may say, I am a Sanskrit scholar. I can take help of the commentaries and can understand Bhagavatam. But Shiva said, no. Na buddhya na tatikaya. Bhaktya bhagavatam rajyam. Na buddhya na tatikaya. You cannot understand Bhagavatam. You cannot approach Bhagavatam even by taking help of commentaries. Only by bhakti. Krishna tulya Bhagavato vibhu sarvasroy. Prati shloke, prati akshare, nana artha pare. Chaitanya Bhagavata says this thing. This is not a mere book, mere grantha. You should understand this. Krishna tulya Bhagavata, as good as Krishna. Do you understand? It's Bani, incarnation of Krishna. Do you understand? Bhagavata. Krishna tulya. Vibhu sarvasroy. Krishna is Vibhu. Vibhu means Supreme Lord. Similarly, Bhagavata is also Vibhu, is Supreme Lord. As you take shelter of Krishna, similarly you take shelter of Bhagavatam. Sarvasroy. Do you understand? Prati shloke, prati akshare, nana artha. In every verse, even in every word, even in every letter, many, many meanings are there. Many, many meanings are there. That's a fact. So, only by bhakti, Krishna is approached, Krishna is understood. Similarly, only by bhakti, this Bhagavata is understood. You understand? Therefore, bhaktya bhagavatam rajyam na buddhyana. Therefore, we take shelter, complete shelter at the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu. We explain bhakti. Otherwise, we cannot understand Bhagavata. Do you follow? This is the answer. This is the answer. Huh? ভাগবত যে না মানে সে যবন সম তার শাস্ত্র আছে জন্মে জন্মে প্রভু জম one who doesn't accept Srimad Bhagavatam is mletso and javan. He is to be punished by Jamaraj life after life. Life after life. That's a fact. So we accept Bhagavatam as good as Krishna. The teachings given in Bhagavatam, conclusions given in Bhagavatam, we accept. And we follow it, cultivate it in our life. It's not mere passive hearing. Passive hearing, no such thing. Do you understand? Only just hear and let it enter into this ear and get out by this ear. No such thing. Tad Joshuna. You understand? Couple of them says. That should be cultivated. Asu apavargavartmani sraddha ratir bhaktir anukramishyati. Lord Kapil says. This is not a fact of passive listening, only listening. All right. Listen, no. It's just to be cultivated in life. Thereby will develop Krishna bhakti. Sraddha, rati, bhakti, gradual development. You understand? Therefore, you should understand this thing. This is the glorification of Srimad Bhagavatam. So many things are there. As we glorify Krishna, the Supreme Personality God, similarly we glorify Bhagavata as good as Krishna. Then before going to read Bhagavata and speak Bhagavata, we glorify and beg His mercy. Without His mercy, we cannot speak Bhagavata approach. This is glorification. Now we'll come to the text. Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya. Srimad Bhagavatam, 9th canto, chapter 3, text 21. Katham matiste avagatanyatha swadam kula prasute kula dushanam tu idam vivarsijaram jada apatrapa kulam pituscha bhartuscha na yasya dhyatstama katham matisti avagatanyatha svatang kula prasute kula dushanam tu idam vivarsijaram jadapatrapa kulam pituscha bhartuscha na yasya dhyatstama. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. O my daughter, who are born in a respectable family, how have you degraded your consciousness in that way? How is it that you are shamelessly maintaining a paramour? You will thus degrade the dynasties of both your father and your husband to hellish life. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. It is quite clear that according to Vedic culture, a woman who accepts a paramour or second husband in the presence of the husband she has married is certainly responsible for the degradation of her father's family and the family of her husband. The rules of Vedic culture in this regard are strictly observed in the respectable families of Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, and Vaishyas even today. Only the Sudras are degraded in this matter. For a woman of the Brahmana, Kshatriya, or Vaishya class to accept another husband in the presence of the husband she has married, or to file for divorce or accept a boyfriend or paramour is unacceptable in the Vedic culture. Therefore, King Sarjati, who did not know the real facts of চ্যবন Muni's transformation, was surprised to see the behavior of his daughter. King Sarjati's daughter is Sukanya. So King Sarjati handed over his daughter Sukanya to চ্যবন Muni. চ্যবন Muni was very, very old. Very, very old. But Sukanya was very young. How can a very old man, whose senses are very weak, marry a young woman and satisfy her? Can he? Can he? Because senses are very weak, man. Do you understand? Cannot satisfy. So চ্যবন Muni thought of that thing. And চ্যবন Muni had that wonderful mystic perfection, power. By dint of his mystic power, he became a very young man, handsome young man. Do you understand? So, when Sarjati came later to see his daughter and his son-in-law, he saw that his daughter Sukanya was with a very young man. So here it is said, therefore King Sarjati, who didn't know the real facts of চ্যবন Muni's transformation, was surprised to see the behavior of his daughter. So he said, how is it that you are born in a respectable family and how have you degraded your consciousness in this way? How is it that you are shamelessly maintaining a paramour? This is not appreciated at all. You will thus degrade the dynasties of both your father and your husband to hellish life. This is not Vedic culture. Yet, in his purpose, Srila Prabhupada says, it's quite clear that according to Vedic culture, woman acts as a paramour or second husband in the presence of the husband she has married is certainly responsible for the degradation of father's family and the family of her husband. Do you understand? This is Vedic culture. Veda has recommended this thing. Material world, manifestation of illusory energy, Maya Shakti of the Lord, all are captured by Maya Shakti, illusory energy. They have forgotten Krishna, their relationship, eternal relationship with Krishna. Even they have forgotten their own identity. Isn't it? Huh? Do you understand me? But Krishna is only well-wishing friend. Shrudam Sarva Bhutanam. Krishna is the only well-wishing friend of the all living entities. Though these conditioned souls, they have forgotten Krishna from time immemorial. Still, Krishna has not forgotten them. Huh? Krishna has not forgotten them. Mm-mm. Krishna is there in his heart. Sarvasya sang hrudi sannivishta mata smriti jnana apahanam cha. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, I am there in the heart of every living entity. You understand? And in the heart of a conditioned soul, Krishna is not feeling happy. You understand? He feels happy in the heart of a devotee. You understand? Heart of a devotee. Because one who is completely surrendered into Krishna, developed pure bhakti, Krishna becomes happy. He always thinks of Krishna, is in Krishna consciousness, complete Krishna consciousness, and is always like absorbed, always engaged in the loving service of Krishna. Krishna is happy in the heart of a devotee. But in the heart of a conditioned soul, Krishna is not happy. And the Krishna being the only well-wishing friend of living entities, he makes arrangement how this conditioned soul can revive his Krishna consciousness and remember Krishna. How his forgetfulness will be finished. Do you understand? So what he does for that purpose. Huh? Don't you know? Huh? You can't follow my language? You follow? Huh? You follow? Yes. जीवेरे कृपाए कइले कृष्ण वेद पुराण isn't महाराज माया मुग्धो जीवेरे नाही कृष्ण स्मृति ज्ञान जीवेरे कृपाए कइले कृष्ण वेद पुराण isn't महाराज माया मुग्धो जीव conditioned soul captured by Maya has forgotten Krishna. So out of mercy Krishna gave Veda Puranas. You understand? Krishna gave Veda Puranas. Through Veda Puranas, that means Vedic literature, Krishna speaks. You understand? Krishna speaks. Krishna gives us teaching, isn't it? First thing he did. First thing he does, he gives Veda Puranas. Then next thing, what is given or spoken in Veda Puranas, this should be understood in Tattva. In Tattva. Do you understand my language? Tattva? Huh? In truth. Do you understand? Bhagavad Gita, 4th chapter, Krishna says, Janma karmang same divyang evang jo veti tattvataha tektva deham punarjanma nayati sammangeti Arjuna. Isn't it? Huh? My birth, my activities are not material, it's transcendental. And one who knows in tattva, in truth, Then after quitting this body, he goes to me. No punarjanma, no rebirth. He'll never come down here again. You understand? That's understood in Tattva. What is said in Vedas, Puranas, that's understood in Tattva. We have two types of considerations, vichar. Do you know? What are they? Huh?
Consideration of when we liberated, I was still liberation and consideration.
We have two types of considerations. दो विचार हैं. Two types of considerations. What are those two types of considerations? Huh? You know? Apart vichar, tattva vichar. In English we say apparent consideration and absolute consideration. All right, Maharaj. Apart vichar, tattva vichar. Apparent consideration and absolute consideration. And our all discourses of Vaishnava, especially Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharyas, discourse, all based on tattva vichar. Absolute consideration, no apart vichar. Do you understand? All is condemned. Do you understand? So we stress upon this. It's tattva vichar. And Krishna says repeatedly, एवं जो व्यक्ति तत्व तो त्यक्ता दे हम पुनर्जन्म नयति समंगति अर्जुन. And knows me in tattva, then he'll, after quitting his body, he'll go to me. No rebirth. Never come here again. Take birth here. Tadamang tattva gyantva visoti tadanantaram. Navijanati tattva tattyavanti te. He says repeatedly. After knowing me in tattva, he is eligible to enter into my kingdom. Do you understand? This is like visa granted. Do you understand? We come here, we granted visa. Huh? At the borderline, they saw the visa. They will allow. No, get out. No visa granted. This is like visa granted. This is entrance for the entrance to the spiritual world, Lord's kingdom. That you should understand Krishna in tattva. Otherwise, no. Nabhijanati tattva tattyavanti. One who cannot understand in tattva, again and again he will fall down here, Chyavanti. Do you understand? Yes. Therefore, how can one understand this in tattva? Shastra Guru. Then comes Guru. Shastra Guru Atma Rupe Apna ke Jonan. Krishna Mar Prabhutrata Jiver Hoy Gyan. Do you understand? How? A conditioned soul can understand that Krishna is my supreme master, is my master, eternal master, Prabhu, and deliverer. How can you understand? Yes, Shastra Guru. He speaks to Shastra, then to understand what Shastra says in Tattva, Guru is required, is Tattvacharya. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya upadekyanti te jnanam jnanina tattvadarshina. Gita. Krishna said, this is the process. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya upadekyanti te jnanam jnanina tattvadarshina. Tad vijnanartham sa gurunga bhavi said. Samitpani sutriyam brahmanishtam. Upanishad says. Huh? You have to understand this thing. You have to acquire this tattva jnana. A bhavi, gurunga bhavi said. You must approach such guru, spiritual master. Huh? Tattvadarshina. One has seen the truth. Pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya. Upadekyanti te jnanam jnanina tattvadarshina. You should approach such a tattvadarshi guru, who is the seer of the truth. Isn't it? Who is he? Huh? He is known as Tattvacharya. Tattvacharya. Huh? Do you follow me? Who is the seer of the truth? Who has seen not once? Who sees always? What is that truth? Yes. What is that truth? Yes. Yes. Speak loudly.
Krishna.
That's a light. Adya Jnana Tattva Braje Brajendra Kumar. Adya Jnana Tattva Braje Brajendra Kumar. Brajendra Kumar, son of Nanda Maharaj, is absolute truth. Adya Jnana Tattva. That's it. One who has seen, not once. One who sees always. স্থাবর জঙ্গম দেখে ন দেখে তার মূর্তি সর্বত্রই তার ইষ্টদেব স্মৃতি. He sees moving and non-moving entities, never sees his outward body. He sees his Ishta, his worshipable deity, Krishna, everywhere. That is Tattva. Tattvacha, Tattva Drashta, seer of the truth and knower of this truth. Who knows? How he knows? Acharjyavana Purusha Veda. He has heard it from Acharya. You understand? His Guru, Tattacharya. That Acharya has heard from his Acharya. In this way, disciplic succession. Tattva Gyan descends through disciplic succession, bona fide disciplic succession. You understand? One should approach such a Guru, otherwise he cannot understand it in Tattva. You understand? So, Veda says, Vedic literature says, it is here said, Vedic culture, quite clear, that according to Vedic culture, you man who accepts Paramount, second husband, in the presence of the husband, she has married, certainly responsible for the degradation of her father's family and the family of her husband. This is Vedic culture. This is meant for us. Especially higher caste, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya. Sudras, they may not. They don't follow it. That Rupaji Maharaj says, the rules of the Vedic culture in this regard is strictly observed in the respectful families of Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, and Vaishyas. Even today, only the Sudras are degraded in this matter. They don't follow Sudras. You understand? In India, it's followed. Still, nowadays, India, many people in India, they're blindly following the West. In the West, there is no Vedic culture. They never follow. Do you understand? Free sex here in this country is free sex. This country is there. The law is this. It's free sex. No Vedic culture. Like animals. In the language of my Guru Maharaj, it is dog civilization, not God civilization. This is dog civilization. Kukur Shabda. Yes, free. Dogs shamelessly does sex. And they open broad daylight and the broad, what do you say? Street, you see. Yes, and similarly, this goes on here, no Vedic culture. Krishna gives this Veda Puranas, so strict regulations are there. Because this is meant for human beings, it doesn't mean for this human birth is rarely achieved. Labdha sudurlabhaidam bahusambhavante manusyam arthadam manityam apiya dhira durlabham manusam janamam. Repeatedly just said. Manus janama, human birth is rarely achieved. Durlabha. What is the purpose of human birth? Why it is said durlabha? Yes. Because in other species other than human species, they cannot understand. Because their consciousness is low. Very low consciousness, isn't it? Inferior consciousness. But the consciousness of a human being is what? Is superior consciousness. Do you understand? There are 5 levels of consciousness. Do you know? 5 levels of consciousness. Do you know? Yes, 5 levels of consciousness. Do you know? Yes? That's not consciousness. In Chaitanya Sikhyamrita, Bhaktivinoda Thakur has said, Abruta Chetana, Sankuchita Chetana, Mukulita Chetana, Vikachita Chetana, Purna Vikachita Chetana. In English, we may put in this way, cover consciousness. Abruta Chetana means cover consciousness. Then Sankuchita Chetana, that's sunken consciousness. Then Mukulita Chetana is budding like flower bud, budding consciousness. Then Bikachita Chetana, blossoming, the bud blossoms, begins to blossom, blossoming consciousness. Then Purna Bikachita Chetana, completely blossoming consciousness. That is complete Krishna consciousness. These 5 levels of consciousness. Do you understand? And all these 84 lakhs of species, they come under these 5 levels of consciousness. Do you understand? Out of 84 lakhs of species, Satulakhyani Manava, only 4 lakhs of types are human beings. So 80 lakhs of types are other species. Isn't it? Other than human beings. Sthavara, Jalaja, Krumi. You understand? You can't follow. Aquatics. Jalaja means aquatics. Then birds, bird species, beast species. Do you understand? Krumi, the germs, insects, like this. 80 lakhs of types. 4 lakhs types, only 4 lakhs, Satulakhyani Manava. Only 4 lakhs types are human beings. Do you understand? So, this other species, other than human beings, they come under these 2 levels of consciousness. It covered consciousness and sunken consciousness. Abhrita Chetana and Sankuchita Chetana. Do you understand my language? Huh? Try to understand me. Yes, this is teaching for us, human beings. Unless we understand, how can we make our life successful, perfect? How can achieve supreme perfection for which this human birth is meant? No question at all. Do you understand me? What's your name? Payo? Payonidhi. Oh, Payonidhi. That's all. You should understand. Payonidhi. Huh? So other spaces, other than human spaces, they come under these 2 levels of consciousness. Abhrita Chetana and Sankuchita Chetana cover consciousness, sunken consciousness. Human beings come under these 3 levels of consciousness. Do you understand? Budding consciousness, blossoming consciousness, completely blossoming consciousness. That the highest level of consciousness is completely blossoming consciousness. That we say complete Krishna consciousness. Do you understand? And you have to elevate yourself in that highest level of consciousness. Completely blossoming consciousness, complete Krishna consciousness. Then that is the perfection of your human birth. In whatever level of consciousness you may be in budding consciousness, you may be or just starting blossoming consciousness. But you have to elevate yourself to the highest level of consciousness, that is completely blossoming consciousness, completely Krishna consciousness. That is the perfection of your human birth. And this birth is meant for it. Therefore, this teaching has been given to you. The other space they cannot understand because their consciousness is so low. It's covered either covered or second consciousness. Do you understand? So Veda Puranas have been given like this for you. And you should understand it in Tattva. Accepting a bona fide guru and be trained and acquire this Tattva Gyan Pranipata Pariprasna Seva. Tadvidhi Pranipatena Pariprasnena Sevaya Upadekyanti Te Jnana Jnanina Tattvadarshina. Gita says this is process. You must first approach the Tattvadarshi with the seer of the truth, knower of the truth. And that is Pranipata, the complete dedication, complete surrender unto him. Sisya Deham Sadhimantam Prapannam. I become your Sisya. I accept your divine grace as Guru. I voluntarily accept you as Guru and become your Sisya. Sisya means under discipline. Under discipline. Do you understand? Yes. And discipline is inflicted, and Guru has a right to inflict discipline. Otherwise, how can one be disciplined, controlled? Do you understand? Yes, cannot be. This discipline inflicted by Guru through Shastra. You understand? These words, Shishya and Shastra, two words, are framed from Sas Dhatu. Sas, Sanskrit. Do you know Sanskrit? Are you a Sanskrit student? Sas Dhatu, verbal root. Dhatu means verbal root. Sas, Sasam, discipline. Therefore, Shastra and Shishya. These two words. The Shastra means from Sas Dhatu. Shastra inflicts discipline. And Guru inflicts discipline. And accepts the conclusions, teachings given in Shastra, Vedic literature. And Guru then, he is Shishya. He is under discipline. Do you understand? Otherwise, will be indisciplined. No Shastra is here. No Vedic culture is here. In this West, all Sudras, Mlechas, Javanats. So they don't follow. Huh? Like dogs, dog civilization. Huh? Shamelessly doing sex, but we have not such thing. Shastra never says. So this is Vedic culture. And this is the responsibility of the father or parents to give in marriage their sons and daughters. Give in marriage. Yes, that is the responsibility of father and mother, parents. They'll choose a bride for the son. Do you understand? And bridegroom for the daughter. Yes. Is no free choice, no free choice. That is Vedic culture. That is discipline. That is discipline. Sarjati, the daughter of, father of Sukanya, handed over his daughter to Chavanamuni. Though Chavanamuni was very old. And Sukanya had nothing to complain. Oh, my father, you are handing me over such a old man? Very, very old? No complaint. No, that is discipline. This is Vedic discipline. Vedic culture. Do you understand? Yes. No complaint. Do you understand? The boy will never complain, the daughter will never complain. Those who follow this Vedic culture, this discipline. But here is no such thing. Free choice. Huh? Today accepting some, tomorrow rejecting. Do you understand? This what my Guru Maharaj has said here. That divorce. File divorce. Tomorrow will file divorce in the court. No such thing. In Vedic culture, no divorce. Once accepted, once father gives, hands over, is accepted forever. That is Vedic culture. Do you understand? Yes. My Guru Maharaj has said that thing. We follow it. What his father made arrangement. He chose the bride for the son. He accepted. Such was the case. I was a Grihastha, such was the case with me. My father chose a wife for me. I have not seen her. No, nothing. I accepted best. This is Vedic culture, this discipline. Similarly, for women, for girls, and Veda says there is no independence for women. No. Vinasra navartanti kavita bonita lota. They require support. Kavita bonita lota. Poetry, kavita, bonita means girl, woman, lady, and lota, creeper. They want support. Without support, they cannot maintain themselves. Do you understand? So it's a Vedic culture. The woman is not independent, no independence. They need support. Man's support. So as long as they are not married, they are under the care of the parents, father and mother. And when parents hand her over to proper husband, married, then they're dependent on husband. You understand? And what is the purpose of marriage? Yes. What is the purpose of marriage? Both, man and woman. Marriage means what? Marriage means husband will accept wife or wife will accept. Man will accept a woman as a wife and a woman will accept man as a husband. That is marriage. It's not that marriage means one side. Then, evam vevaya prajayana rati. This is Vedic culture. Veda says this thing. Essential Veda, this Srimad Bhagavatam says this thing. Evam vevaya prajayana rati. Human beings, human, do you understand? Human life is rarely achieved. It's meant for developing Krishna consciousness, get bhakti and get Krishna. That is the purpose of human birth. Do you understand? Payonidhi. Yes, it's not animal birth. Just strict regulations are there. Regulations given in Veda, Vedic Veda Shastra. Do you understand? Evam vevaya prajaya no rati. Marriage, acceptance of wife and acceptance of husband, in the part of lady and in part of man, acceptance of wife. That means marriage purpose is to procreate progeny, prajasrushti. Do you understand? Yes. Evam vevaya prajaya no rati. It is not meant for sexual enjoyment. No, no rati. Evam vevaya prajaya no rati. That is said. It's for human beings. Do you understand? Only to procreate. Progeny. Progeny means what? Sons, children. Krishna conscious children, sons or daughters. Not bastard children. No, no bastard children. The heart produces hundreds of children. They still. Yes. Thus, human beings should not produce such children. Bastard children should be Krishna conscious children. That is Yogya Santan. You understand? Evam vevaya prajaya no rati. This Veda says, Shastra says, it's given in Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto. Srimad Bhagavatam, the essence of all Vedic literature. It says, Pramana Mamala, spotless proof. It gives. Yes. Grihastha, we have Grihastha ashrama. After Brahmacharya ashrama, there is Grihastha ashrama. Do you understand? Yes. And what is Grihastha? 11th canto, Bhagavatam says, Grihastha is a brahmachari. There are two types of brahmacharis. Do you know? Payonidhi. Naistika brahmachari and Upakurvana brahmachari. Grihastha is Upakurvana brahmachari. Isn't it, Maharaj? Upakurvana. Naistika brahmachari who never marries, who never loses semen. That's Naistika brahmachari. Lifelong he stays in Guru ashram. Do you understand? Lifelong he stays in Guru's ashram. Is Naistika brahmachari. Never loses semen. Strict brahmacharya vrata. It's Naistika. Do you understand? He's directly given sannyas. Directly given sannyas. But Guru knows someone cannot become, Mr. X cannot become Naistika brahmachari. There's some passion. So he'll marry. So Guru gives permission. All right. First thing brahmachari. First ashram brahmacharya ashrama. Strictly follow rules, regulation of brahmacharya brother. Strictly execute the order of Guru. That we have rules, regulations, and study Vedas under Guru's guidance. Do you understand? Acquire this tattva jnana. Then the education finished. The education is finished, completed. Then samavartan, we say samavartan, that will return to his father's house, to society. Paying Guru Dakshina, he will return and marry. Guru say, go and accept a wife, marry, become Grihastha. Do you understand? But he has been taught what is grostha life. What is grostha life? Brahmacharyam tapasaucham. Do you understand? Bhuta sarudam. Grosthasyapi rutam sarvesang madhupasanam. 11th canto. Bhagavatam says this is grostha. Brahmacharyam tapasaucham. Bhuta sarudam. Grosthasyapi rutam sarvesang madhupasanam. Brahmachari is also, grostha is also brahmachari. You should keep up brahmacharya. Not unnecessarily losing semen. Do you understand? Strict. Do you understand? Grostha has been given a concession for this sex. Brahmachari, Vanaprasthi, sannyasi, no question of sex. No question. No, not at all. Only grostha has been given concession. But it's not unrestricted. It's restricted sex activity. Do you understand? We have regulation. Strict regulation. Shastra. In Shastra it is like, Guru says, we have 4 regulatory principles, no illicit sex. Isn't it? Huh? Out of 4 regulatory principles, there is no illicit sex. What do you mean by that, illicit sex? What do you mean, Vayonidhi? Bola! What is illicit sex? Yes. Outside of marriage. That to kidnap others' wife.
Also to have sex within marriage for other purposes than procreation of children. And also Prabhupada also explains that wasting semen also is illicit sex.
Yes, wasting semen also illicit sex. Yes, that I say. No, one should not. Therefore is one kind of brahmachari. Is upakurvana brahmachari. Do you understand? Upakurvana brahmachari, that means unnecessarily not lose sense. Semen, only for procreating children, Krishna conscious children, he'll just give it. You understand? That is brahmacharyam. He should accept brahmacharya, brata. Therefore, we have this strict regulation, grihastha under permission of Guru. He will procreate a child. Beg permission from Guru. Shall we procreate a child? Yes, the meant. Grihastha life is meant for it. Therefore you are married, accepted wife. Else, the wife has accepted husband and husband has accepted wife. The procreate Krishna's child, not under permission of Guru. Otherwise lead brahmachari life. Guru permits, yes, procreate one child. This time I give you permission, procreate one child. Then proper time we have this. Certain number of rounds we have to chant. 50 rounds, Guru says, chant 50 rounds or 64 rounds, 1 lakh of number, names. Both husband and wife should chant. That means always think of Krishna. You understand? That is one Garbhadhana sanskara, Vedic purificatory ceremony is there. In Vedas, first is Garbhadhana sanskara. First purificatory ceremony is Garbhadhana. Garbhadhana means giving semen for the procreation of child. Do you understand? To make the wife pregnant, that is Garbhadhana. An auspicious day is there. That is all mentioned in calendar, Panjika. And decide a day, yes, this day will meet. Both husband and wife chant certain number of rounds, Harinam, and in the morning they will perform the Jagyam, Garbhadhana Sanskar, Jagyam. Do you understand? They will do Kirtan. Do you understand? Always think of Krishna. Then at the proper time at night, time is mentioned. It's a Niseka. In Sanskrit, it's a Niseka. It's mentioned in Panjika. That proper time, both husband and wife thinking of Krishna. Do you understand? They will cohabit. That one mantra is there in some Veda. The husband will utter that mantra and give semen. Then there is pregnancy. If there is pregnancy, no more sex. It's for 1 year. No more sex. Therefore, we have once a month. This regulatory principle is there once a month. Both husband and wife will meet under permission of Guru once a month for procreate a child, Krishna conscious child. Not more than that. This is regulation. This is according to Sadhu Shastra. This is regulation. Do you understand? This is discipline. Restricted sex activity. Do you understand me? Yes. If once there is pregnancy, no more. For 1 year, no more. Then childbirth is there. Other sanskaras are there. You have to perform. Huh? Then if you both husband and wife desire to produce another child, to beg permission again from Guru. If Guru gives permission, then we'll perform. No, Guru said no, finished. You lead the life of brahmachari and brahmacharinis. Separate bed. Yes, strict. This is human birth. Do you understand? Such is that. And also in Bhagavad Gita, balam balavatam chahu kamaraga vivarjitam dharma viruddha bhutesu kamasmi bharatarsava. Isn't it? Payonidhi, do you know this verse? Krishna says, I am the strength of the strong, devoid of passion. Do you understand? And desires. I am sex life which is not contrary to the principles of religion. So that I am kamasmi bharatarsava. So strictly following this regulations, that sex I am. Do you understand? Therefore we say, devaya prajaya narati. It's no question of sexual enjoyment for human being. Only to procreate Krishna conscious child. This is regulation. So, this sex desire is a very great desire. It's very difficult to tolerate it. Do you understand, Payonidhi? Very difficult to tolerate. The urges of the senses. In Upadeshamrita, Rupa Goswami says, Vacho vego manaso, krodha vego, jiva vego, udara vego, upastha vego, etan veganjo, visayita dhiro, samagro mang prativyang sasisya. He said, 6 types of urges are there. Urges of sense, vacho vego. Do you understand? Urge of the bakindriya. Manaso, the urge of the mind. Vacho vego manaso, krodha vego, urge of anger. Vacho vego manaso, krodha vego, jiva vego, urge of the tongue. Eat this, eat this, eat this. Do you understand? Vacho vego manaso, krodha vego, jiva vego, udar vego, urge of the stomach. Then upastha vego, urge of the genital. Yes, one who can tolerate it. Then he will become Goswami. He'll accept disciples throughout the world. Otherwise, cannot. You understand? Well, you are not to tolerate it. That training we give. Here, how can one become Goswami, not Godas? Do you understand? Not Godas, Goswami. Yes. That's such training we give. So we have no illicit sex. Paradrabhyesu loshtravat, paradharesu matruvat. Chanakya Pandit says. One should feel this, think this. The other's wife is as good as his mother. Mother. Other than your wife, all women are your mothers. They are mother. Isn't it? That is, Chanakya Pandit has said. You should not think, Josit, one of the words is Josit, woman, Nari. Josit literally means seeing a woman. This is quite natural, you see. The man has attraction towards a woman has attraction towards man, natural. As soon as a man sees a woman, this sex desire arouses in him. Because, she's the object of enjoyment. And enjoy her. Do you understand? This is Josit. Josit means object of enjoyment. Do you understand? Object of enjoyment. As soon as a man sees a woman, this desire arouses in him. Similar as soon as a woman sees a man, that desire, sex desire arises. Yes. But you have to tolerate it as a human being. Not, you are not an animal, guided by your instincts. Huh? You follow Payonidhi. Because we have this discipline. Huh? Inflicted by Shastra and Sadhu, Guru. No such thing. Restricted sense enjoyment. Such sense activity. Only for this. And if you think your wife as she is the object of enjoyment, then that is too much attachment to your wife. That is illicit sex. Do you understand? That is illicit sex. Yes. No. She is Krishna Dasi. I am Krishna Daso. She is Krishna Dasi. Do you understand? She is Krishna Dasi. I am servant of Krishna. She made servant of Krishna. Both of us should render loving service to Krishna and give him pleasure. Not for our pleasure. Do you understand? But what the general people think? Huh? Seventh canto, Srimad Bhagavatam. Prahlad Maharaj has said. Do you understand? Huh? Do you know what Prahlad Maharaj said? Huh? Katham virajyate duranto kam. Huh? Katham priyaya. Huh? Huh? Katham priyaya anukampitaya. Karanam Sishunam kalakharanam. Do you understand? That it says, how can I forget my wife, my dear wife, her smiles, her jokings, so nice. How can I forget it? It's always coming to my mind. Upastadeham bahumanyamana. Why have I accepted her? For two purposes. Do you understand? She will give enjoyment to my palate, to my genital. Therefore, I have accepted her as wife. Upastadeham bahumanyamana. She will prepare nice food, prepare nice dishes for me, serve me, sitting beside me, fanning me. Oh, my dear husband, please taste it. How nice. Oh, very nice. Shall I give it to something more? Please taste it, this thing. Please taste it, this thing. This is what? Giving pleasure to my palate and pleasure to my genital. Therefore, I have accepted. But Shastra doesn't say so. Do you understand? Says Krishna Dasi. She is to be enjoyed by Krishna, not by you, Payonidhi. Krishna is only enjoyer. You are not enjoyer. Krishna is the enjoyer. Angi sarvaja jnana bhokta. Jiva is not bhokta. Jiva is not enjoyer. Krishna is enjoyer. So Krishna Dasi. She is to be enjoyed by Krishna, not by you. Shastra says. Guru says. This is our discipline. Do you understand? So, Rusikena Rusikesa Sevanam Bhakti Ruchyate. All your senses should be engaged into the service of Rusikesa. With the master of senses and mind is Rishikesh. Do you understand? Krishna. Now, all your senses and mind, including mind, should be engaged in the loving service of Krishna to give him pleasure. Then your senses are controlled. Otherwise, you cannot control these senses. Their urges are so great urges. It's very difficult to tolerate it. Do you understand? So under strict discipline, guidance of Guru, both husband and wife should do this bhakti sadhana. They will be engaged in the loving service of Krishna. Otherwise, they cannot tolerate the urges of the senses. Tell Gurus, Guru Karnadharam, Guru has that right who can inflict with strict discipline. Catch hold of your ear, karna means ear, and slap you, rascal, Payonidhi. What are you doing? Nonsense. Guru has that right. Guru has said this thing. The Guru's order. Don't do it. Guru has not given us permission to do sex. No. Otherwise, stupid mind will drag you, Payonidhi. Do you understand? Thus, this is discipline. This is discipline. This is Sason. Is through Shastra and Guru. Ah, and father is a Guru. Father is a Guru. First Guru. Do you understand? Father, mother. We have 3 births. Do you know?
First rule when one gets initiation.
Yes. Saukrajanama. Dakya Savitra. 3 births. Do you understand? Saukra means from the semen. Do you understand? 1 birth. That is by father and mother. Do you understand? That's Saukra Janama. Then accept Guru. And Guru performs purificatory ceremony, sanskar kriya. It gives 2nd birth. Do you understand? Gives upanayana. 2nd birth. Then becomes one dija. 2nd birth. Do you understand? Is dakya at the time of taking initiation, dikya. Do you understand? 2nd birth is dakya. Then savitra. Then gives mantra. One becomes Brahman and performs yajna. Do you understand? That's Savitra Janma. 3 births. Shastra says. Do you understand? So Guru is also father and mother. Your first father and mother, those who have given birth to this body to you. By the seminar. Do you understand? Then 2nd father and mother is Guru. Is real father and mother. Is real father and mother. Chakshudan dilaje, janme janme. Was opened my eye, given me this eye to see the Supreme Lord. Is life after life my master. Do you understand? That's Guru. His order, higher order. And he has right in discipline. So Sarjati, being father of Sukanya, is Guru. That's right. What are you doing? Daughter, you are with a paramar. You are degrading the family of your father and both family of your father and husband. He's chastising. Then he is right. To inflict discipline. Do you understand? This according to this Vedic culture. Vedic culture. That's Sarjati had not known that thing. Then later he'll know transformation. And if as Prabhupada said, if someone accepts a 2nd husband in the presence of a husband she has married, suddenly upon degradation of her father's family and family of her husband, she becomes unchaste. A lady becomes unchaste. Do you understand? Accepts paramor in the presence of her married husband, father had given. Do you understand? Becomes unchaste, asati, no chastity. Thereby he'll degrade both the family of her father and husband. So chastity is the strength, force on the part of a lady, girl. Do you understand? Chastity. Satitva, patitva should be devoted to her husband and should keep up chastity. Then she is very strong. Transcendental strength and power. Otherwise, no. Ideal is Sita Devi. Do you understand? Ideal is Sita Devi, Lord Ram's wife. Ideal wife. Completely devoted to her husband's Lord Ram, Pativrata, Shiromani. And most ideal chaste lady. In her thought, he never thinks of any other man, only Lord Ram. Do you understand? Many instructions are there in Srimad Bhagavatam regarding this. You'll find instruction Prabhupada Maharaj was given when there's that topic is there, the marriage of Devahuti and Kardama Muni. Do you understand? Yes. Many places you'll find such instructions. Unless a lady gives up chastity, do you understand? There's no strength. She's a prostitute. So the instruction my guru says, all girls should be married. Otherwise they'll be prostitute. Very difficult to tolerate this urge of sex. Not easy thing, especially in Kali Yuga. So you have made this law in your state, free sex, free sex. Today married, next day filing divorce, accepting another, next day another, like dog. Isn't it? Very difficult. But this is not Vedic culture, Vedic civilization. Veda says. Otherwise, they'll produce bastard children. Children as a hog produces and they eat stool. They eat stool. Cannot be called a mother, Janani. The lady who produces a Vaishnava son is a real Janani. Otherwise, Sukari Shama. Otherwise, she is a hog that produces men children at its stool. Do you understand? This is our Vedic civilization, Vedic culture, and this discipline. And if you are a Grihastha, then produce Krishna conscious child, follow Vedic rules, regulations, purificatory processes, under guidance of Guru. Do you understand? And give it to the society, Krishna conscious children. Then there will be Vedic society. Do you understand? There will be no disturbances at all. They are controlled, they are disciplined, no disturbances, very peaceful, happy society, human society. So many disturbances, no happiness, no peace, because all bastard children creating so many disturbances in the society. Because this Vedic culture is not followed, Vedic civilization is not followed, isn't it? Therefore it is said here in Srimad Bhagavatam, this is teaching us. Thank you very much.